What's going on, everyone? Let's talk about some IEMs that have been launched. Now, this is a flagship IEM from QDC. If you don't know QDC is a Chinese brand. They're pretty much one of the, let's just say, the Porsche, the Ferraris in the audio space in China. They make the most high-end IEMs in China. Their IEMs are very expensive, and not just very expensive, they're actually top of the line expensive. Uh, just like Magical speakers are the most expensive set of speakers you can buy if you're buying speakers. QDC is kind of like that in the IEM world. I think for headphone world, you probably be looking at the I think Sennheiser has a 50 something $1,000 headphone, and I think that is the most expensive headphone on the planet. I have to double check on that, but I know that there are very expensive headphones out there. But in the IEM world, no other company has more expensive IEM than the QDC brand. So currently they are launching a new flagship triple dynamic driver IEM, the first ever triple dynamic driver IEM. They're going to call it the Magic IEM, and it's going to be priced at around $1,315. It is very expensive for a triple driver dynamic driver set. Now their mindset around this new product is that the tonality of a dynamic driver is much more better than most drivers that are out there, both EST, your balanced armature, your piezo, the other sets out there. Their mindset is that the triple driver, which is the first to be done on the market, even though it's very expensive, would actually put a very good sound that one would be very well in tune to love. So their reasoning right now is that if you're gonna buy this flagship, because this is their flagship in their dynamic driver series, they have the world's most expensive IEM that just recently came out. I covered that new IEM. I think that one was called the Dragon. The Dragon was priced around $12,000. I think 12 to $15,000. I'm not sure, but it's a very expensive IEM, and I think it's the world's most expensive IEM. It's incredibly expensive. This is a very expensive dynamic driver IEM at $1,300. The thing here you're getting is that it's coming with three dynamic drivers. One of the dynamic driver is 10 millimeter. The other dynamic driver is 10 millimeter, handling your mids. Why the high frequency you get 8 millimeter dynamic driver that should handle the top end. In terms of performance, in terms of power handling, we can take a look at the specifications. You are gonna get, it's going to have an impedance rating of 13.5 ohms. The frequency response is probably going to be around 10 hertz all the way up to 30 kilohertz. The sensitivity is around 98 decibels. It's coming with a quality 8-core silver cable. It's 2-pin, so you won't have to worry about swapping cable or giving your IEM the best form of cable that you can find. But to be honest, if I'm going to spend $1,300+ on an IEM, I would never ever upgrade the cable that's coming with it, because to me, I believe if you're going to cost $1,300, you should come with the world's best cable that the manufacturer can actually make for that particular product. So I don't advise people to spend this kind of money on an earphone, but if you have the money and you want to get the very so-called best, best is very subjective. So many people love a $50 IEM, and it sounds great to them, and maybe when they hear $1,000 IEM, sure, it may have some characteristics that set them a little bit apart, but is it worth why it should be $1,000? That's one thing you kind of have to look at, because most of the time the thing we in the audio space are chasing for is not really feasibly achievable. Yes, you hear some people say, oh, I want to hear everything, I want it to look like, I want sound to be presented as if I'm in the studio. The truth is, most headphones or earphones can do that. And even the most expensive ones, they can give you that very good illusion, especially the ones that are very well tuned and have good drivers. But to be honest, I'm not a fan of expensive headphones and earphones, to be honest. That's me personally. But this is a new product. It's still available on Lean Soul. It's now you can now pay for it if you want, if you really want it. It has a very good color, I like it, but this IEM is not really for people that want affordable IEMs. It's for people that actually have the money to purchase expensive IEMs, and they have the cash to burn on it. And that's pretty much the news right now on the IEM. If you like this, make sure you subscribe to our channel. I'll drop some links to some really good IEMs that I recommend that you get, at least at an affordable price, that are fantastic. Just follow us on social media, like our content, and I'll see you guys next time.